Hey everyone, welcome to my library. My name is Melissa and welcome to part 2 of my Books on 7th Avenue book haul. I filmed my historical mystery box unboxing, historical fiction and historical romance. It was a combination of two and it was so fun to film. I did that yesterday. And then I only have obviously like an hour's worth of time to film for while I'm at lunch. I work from home, but I don't like being away from my computer for too long. So I thought I would film this the next day. So yeah, we are back for another book haul. So obviously when I went to Books on 7th Avenue, I couldn't just buy the box. And so I went there and decided I would just see what they had and peruse their shelves, and came home with literally this huge bag full of books. A lot of historical romances, a few historical fiction from what I remember. But I actually took them a ton of books that I had culled from my shelves. And so I ended up getting $80 worth of store credit. They have one stipulation though, is they only cover for half of your purchase every time. So essentially I bought half of these books and got the rest of them for free. That's how I like to think about it in my head. So anyways, with all that being said, let's just get into it. I'm just gonna pull from the bag. I actually can't really remember. It was last week. And so it's almost like another mystery box for me where I'm remembering why I bought them. So it's gonna be fun for both of us. So let's just do it. So, okay, yeah. So this is the first book. Oh, I didn't even notice this had a bookmark in it. That's funny. Okay. So this is the first book. It's Lee Greenwood's Texas Homecoming. And this has a step back. So let's show that off first. This is in impeccable condition too. But Lee Greenwood has been on my radar for a while now. I believe it's a girl is Lee. I'm guessing, but anyways, Lee Greenwood has been on my radar ever since I saw one of the stepbacks for another series of hers that I bought too. I saw a stepback for hers, and I was curious what this author was all about, and ended up really realizing that she has very highly rated romances, and she has a Civil War romance series, and so I obviously had to pick it up. So very similar to a lot of Civil War historicals, this follows two star-crossed lovers. He's on the southern side and she's on the northern side, and I guess he's the captain of the Night Riders, and so that's kind of cool. And I guess it says, when he took Pilar in his arms, his blood surged hotly and he felt like the wild young man who'd once abducted her for a lark. So this sounds kind of intense, but I had to pick it up. I mean, if it's Civil War, I'm gonna pick it up, and you guys are gonna realize that really fast. They actually have in the bookstore, they have historicals separated by time period as well. So they have like Edwardian historicals, Civil War historicals, Georgian historicals, and then like it just keeps going. They even have like Korean War historicals. Like it's amazing how they've curated their books. So yeah, I've gone on and on about this book, but here's the first one. Okay, the next one, let's go. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So this one is Courtney Bishop, Brothers in Arms. This is actually, I picked this up in the historical fiction section. So I don't know if it's exactly historical romance, but this has such a unique step back. I really actually love it. I love when a step back is unique in some way. It's my favorite thing. And it's also my favorite thing to post on Step Back Saturdays because you know, it's just a different thing to post. So anyways, this says the epic chronicle of a nation and a family bitterly divided by the Civil War. And so this family is a prominent Virginia family, and inside of the family, they have a dedicated abolitionist named Ethan and Jacob, who was a staunch supporter of the Southern tradition. And they are both in love with the beautiful Caitlin Stewart. So it says, who, though engaged to Jacob, shares Ethan's sympathy for the Northern cause. It says also, meanwhile, their flirtatious younger sister Martha attempts to ignore the gathering storm, but not even her romantic dreams can blind her for long to the harsh reality of a struggle that promises to destroy her family's cherished way of life and to alter the course of her future forever. So, yeah, it's definitely a family affair in this book, and that's why I think it was in the historical fiction section. But I got really excited when I saw this cover because I knew immediately it was Civil War, obviously. So, yeah, here's this one. I was also very strict on only finding books that had high ratings. So all of these books, I think except for one, have above a 4.0 rating on Goodreads. So that's good. Okay, the next one. I actually have been on the hunt for this for a long time. This is An Excess of Love by Kathy Cash Spellman. This also has a step back. I saw this step back on Stepback Saturday, so I knew I wanted to pick up this specific edition of the book. And this is actually an Irish book. So I got really excited when I found this there because I had just barely filmed my Irish books video, which is already up if you guys are curious. I love anything Ireland. Irish set books are my favorite. And so I will read you guys this one. It says, Ireland at the turn of the century, beautiful, restless, seething, a time of high passions. It was then that the Fitzgibbons sisters knew a loyalty to each other so strong it had no limit, a longing for their men so deep it could not be denied, a love for Ireland so fierce it defied empire. It was then that high passion swept them into marriage, one wild and sweet, the other tormented and cruel, into the heart of Ireland's bitter struggle, into a future that demanded sacrifice, daring, and an excess of love. So this is a sister's story, actually. I know it comes off like a historical romance, which it does seem like it has very much like a romance theme to it. But yeah, it does follow two sisters and their marriages and them going through, I'm sure it's like early 1900s Ireland, from what I am guessing. But this book is crazy highly rated on Goodreads. Like, I think it's like a 4.2 or something. So yeah, here's another Irish book recommendation if you're looking for one. Okay, next book. Oh yes, okay. So this one is Deborah Smith, Miracle. And this also has an amazing step back. I love the orange in this. Like, this is so fall. Oh my gosh, even the leaves and stuff. Yeah, this will be saved for the fall for sure. And also this metallic cover is beautiful with the fall leaves as well. But I picked this up because I read the back, and the back, let me just read it to you. It says, Sebastian de Savin, a brilliant surgeon whose skill and arrogance were a volatile mixture. So the minute I read that, I knew I wanted to buy it because a surgeon hero is one of my like random niche favorite things. And so if I can find it in a book, I will buy it. And then it says, Sebastian and Amy, a fluke threw them together, real life tore them apart. Though they'd spent short weeks together, the memories of those precious hours sustained and haunted them both for years. Then came the day their paths would cross again. So this is obviously a second chance romance as well. I do own Deborah Smith already on my shelves. I just hauled her, actually. Blue Willow is the book I own by her. And then this is another book of hers. I know someone was saying in the comments that Deborah Smith is a great author, so Anyways, the main reason why I bought this is because it had a surgeon hero, and it's actually set in LA and Atlanta, Africa, and Paris, like kind of all over the place. So that's kind of cool too. The next book is literally like, my breath was taken away when I found this for $3. Outlander, the original cover in amazing condition, and it has the step back. Yes! Isn't this awesome? I know this isn't the original step back because I think the original one, the clock is cut out. So you can actually see the step back on the cover type of deal. But I literally just freaked out when I saw that this had the original step back. So it says, Claire Randall is leading a double life. She has a husband in one century and a lover in another. Oh, I'll zoom in on this because we can all appreciate. So yeah, I got this for $3. They also had Dragonfly and Amber, and they had the original cover as well for that with the step back. But when I opened the step back, it was cut out. Like only half of it showed, which is such a tragedy. I was like, no. So I didn't buy that one. Obviously, I just, it would have depressed me to buy it. But I had to buy this one. So happy to have this on my shelves. This will be my second edition of Outlander that I own. I also own the Stars tie-in editions. Those are the editions I prefer to buy. The like big ones with Jamie and Claire, the actors on the cover. It's my favorite. But yes, this is the highlight for sure of this haul. Okay, the next one. Okay, I know Susan will be excited that I picked this up. This is The Proud Breed by Celeste de Blasis. I just hauled her, actually. She's the author of Wild Swan. And this was the book that Susan recommended to me originally. She said this is like her favorite romance of all time. And it is huge. It is no joke. We'll show the cover because I really love the cover. It wraps around. And I actually was looking at this on eBay and I couldn't find it. Like, this cover is really hard to find. I don't know, maybe it was just a random off day, but this was really difficult to find online. So I was happy to find it in the store. And this also sounds amazing. So basically, this is the story of two people who build up this empire in the California Gold Rush era. And it follows violet-eyed, raven-haired Tessa McLady. I'm sorry, I can't say that last name. And dashing Gavin Ramsey. And their struggles to basically build a life for themselves in California. Oh yeah, and it says, filled with dynamic, unforgettable characters, this big, colorful novel recreates the excitement and wonder of an enthralling time and place, old California. I think that sounds so good. I know this book is very well loved as well. On Goodreads, it's crazy highly rated. So yes, I am in for a huge family saga and definitely have high hopes for this. I think I'm going to be picking up Wild Swan before this one because I'm excited about having like a series, if that makes sense. So yeah, but I still wanted this on my shelves and will definitely pick it up. Okay, the next one, oh yeah, so this is the other Lee Greenwood that I picked up. So this is the first book in the Seven Brides series. It's called Rose. And you guys, this is the book, well, this is the series, a step back that I saw on Step Back Saturday by Alicia, I believe. Alicia, I'm actually not sure how to say her name. But basically, this series is a Seven Brides for Seven Brothers retelling. I love that musical so much. I love that movie. It was part of my childhood. I don't even know how many times I've seen that movie, honestly. I can't even count. So yeah, when I saw that this author had retold this and I think it's 7 books. Like obviously each brother has their own book. I just knew I wanted to try it out. And so this one is the first one. And let me just read the back. It says, wanted a woman to cook, clean, and wash for 7 men. To penniless, friendless Rose Thornton, the advertisement seemed like an answer to her prayers, and the incredibly handsome man who hired her seemed like a dream come true. But when she first set eyes on her hero's ramshackle ranch in the wilds of the Texas brush country and met his utterly impossible brothers, Rose decided even George's earth-shattering kisses weren't compensation enough for the job ahead of her. Yes! Unfortunately, this doesn't have a step back, but anyways, a Texas set, 7 Brides for 7 Brothers retelling, sold. And this cover is so beautiful. Okay, I have 3 more books to show you guys. So the next book is Amber Skies by Lee Bristol. So I picked this up because it reminded me a ton of a book I plan on reading in May called The Heart of the West by Penelope Williamson. I've shown it on previous videos, but basically the plot sounds very similar, where it's about this woman who goes to this ranch. In this book, it's set in Texas. And she goes to this ranch and marries this guy named Daniel. And then it says, little did Jessica know that Daniel's rough and wild cowboy brother Jake was coming to rescue her. The same brother who believed her a scheming fortune hunter. Burning with vengeance, Jake Fielding rode hell-bent for leather across the western plains, only to burn with desire when he found her, his brother's betrothed and his own destiny. I don't know why, but like a brother's love triangle situation, I just totally love. So yeah, I had to pick it up, and it was very highly rated as well. And this cover is so pretty. I love it. Look at her blue eyeshadow and look at this perm going on. Epic. So yeah, pick this up. It also wraps around and there's some like cattle here. Very Texan themed. So, okay, let's keep going. Okay, the next one is Roseanne Bittner and it's Caress. So here's another book that I bought purely because I bought another book by Roseanne Bittner. What one is that one called? Oh yeah, Outlaw Hearts. Everyone seems to love her who has read her. She writes very like Western themed books. This one is actually Civil War set, so that's why I bought it. And just everyone seems to love her. like, I don't know. So yeah, this one is Civil War set. I guess it's star-crossed lovers again. So it says, Roseanne Bittner's passionate novels have recreated the romance and the glory of the American West. The magnificent stories of the women and men whose unquenchable spirit and indomitable strength forged a bountiful country from a hostile land. Now she has written a spellbinding tale of love and courage of 2 kindred souls drawn by destiny to bleeding Kansas on the eve of the Civil War. Sounds so good. I just knew I had to pick it up. So here we are. Look at this like awesome offer in the middle of the book, like how they used to do for like mail order books. Oh, that's cool. I actually really like that. So I guess this was like a zebra historical, which I did not know, which that's fine. I mean, whatever, but yeah, that's cool. Unfortunately, no step back, but still like amazing condition. So, okay, last book, another Celeste Dublasis. Obviously, I have crazy high hopes for this author and am apparently just buying all her works before reading her, which is fine. But that is Swan's Chance. So this is the sequel to Wild Swan. So, hence the reason for buying it. I definitely want to read Wild Swan soon, but if I love it, I have this one again to read. And yeah, this cover is everything. It's no crack on the spine, beautiful condition. So I had to pick it up. This one doesn't have the step back like my first one does, but I'm not huge, like if it has a step back, great, but I'm more like loving if it has a vintage cover more than the other. Does that make sense? So yeah, hence this one doesn't have a step back, but still beautiful. So yeah, you guys, that is everything I have to show you. Oh no, actually I have one more book. This is the last book I have to show you, the original, the Queen, top tier historical romance, and that is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Can we just appreciate this cover? I love it. I freaked out when I saw this. I actually didn't get this at Books on 7th Avenue, so I'm cheating a little bit. But when I saw this at the thrift store, had to pick it up because this movie is my favorite rendition of Pride and Prejudice with Colin Firth. And if I can get one of my favorite actors that plays one of my favorite heroes on a cover, I will buy it. So that's what happened with Outlander, like I said. Sam Heughan, obviously, he's on all of those covers, so I had to buy that cover. Same with this one. I actually really love media tie-in editions if I can find them, and I've loved the movie, so yeah, I had to pick this up. I've never seen this edition before anywhere either. I don't know how common it is, but I mean, it was in really good condition. So yet another Pride and Prejudice book to add to my collection. I don't even know how many I have now, probably 5, but it is my favorite book of all time. So it's fitting. But anyways, okay, let's see if I can hold these up. Here is my giant historical romance book haul for you from Books on 7th. Oh, I just love that bookstore. I am going to hold off for a long time on buying more books though, guys. Like, it can't go at this pace. Like, I don't read this fast, so I know I need to calm down. So yeah, probably not a ton of book hauls in the future. I mean, who knows? But yeah, that's kind of a reality check for me, honestly. But anyways, with all that being said, if you would like, please like and comment. I reply to every single comment, and please subscribe if you want to see more from me. And I will see you guys in another video. Bye!